Hey guys,
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I'm so excited for this episode because I think you were actually one of our first people to really support the podcast. Like since season 1, you've been
OG.
commenting.
Yeah. Like the first few episodes, I remember when we bumped into you at the YSL party.
Yes,
The
that's
first
right.
YSL.
Yeah, and that was
Oh
like
my
how many
God.
episodes did we have then? Like 2, 3.
Not a lot. And like you were always like, I want to be on. Well, you're on.
Yeah, baby.
Also, thank you for taking time. I know you're a busy person. And yeah, Gabbie
What-
went to Bali, so we had to reschedule. So
Sorry.
honestly, thank you for like.
Oh, you went to Bali?
Yeah,
For
I
what?
told you.
for like with my family.
right? Were you
it's like-
rescheduled?
Well, we said a lot of things. But
I actually, because
we
I
said a
thought,
lot of
because
things.
Liam said like Monday or something, and I thought it was the Monday the week before.
Yeah, I know.
where in Bali did you go?
So we stayed in Four Seasons. It's in the Jimbaran Bay area.
Okay.
So it's kind of like far from like all the Seminyak,
But you're with your
Challenge.
family also, you know. He was like in the pool with, the
the
breakfast.
floating breakfast. It was
So was it
relaxation.
wholesome? Was it
Yeah,
wholesome?
it was. It was a wholesome trip.
Did you want to be like a naughty boy on the trip, or were you just wholesome the whole time?
Well,
No, actually,
Gabbie's
it was just
recovering
wholesome.
from his.
Yeah, because I still can't drink.
I
either.
always bring this up
Slimmers.
on the pod, but also in live. I'm like, yeah, Gabbie's, guys, like, give him a break. He's so recovered.
Still recovering.
No, because I still can't drink at all.
That's a good thing. That's
Yeah.
a positive thing.
I mean, like
Yeah.
the doctor
Yeah.
wants me to like not drink coffee, not drink alcohol until like maybe like a month since I started medicine. So like that should be
That's
soon,
so
actually.
cursed.
Like towards the end of this month.
But do you feel better now that
I
you?
feel so much better. Actually.
Now that you're skinny.
Not just from
What are you
this, like-
implying?
It's like looking at himself in the
You're like,
mirror,
I was
feel
fat
so
before?
good.
Jeez. Thanks, Liam.
But do you see,
I didn't recognize you. Like I was
Yeah.
saying earlier, I didn't recognize
was-
Gabbie when he came in. But I mean that in like the most positive way.
I was trying to explain to Brandon that we really just talk about like random crap. And do you see how we
Yeah.
just segue?
I know. We just started and then
no
we
outline,
randomly talked about
guys.
it. Yeah.
This is
No
just-
outline.
This is raw. This is real.
But yeah, I think I want to start out. I've known you for a while, but I feel like you just carry so many different hats. You know, like
Yeah.
how would you describe yourself? I think the best person to intro yourself would be yourself,
Yeah.
because I feel like you do a lot. You know, I think, but like it works as a whole because I think everything connects. So
Yeah.
like you're just like you. But I feel like if you could describe yourself, like
Yeah.
what do you do?
Like introduce
Yeah.
yourself to the pod.
Yeah. What do I
Yay.
do? I've actually
Aside from
struggled
showing your abs.
amongst other things, but
Oh.
no. Now they're gonna go fishing for
Are we
other
gonna
things.
break? No, didn't
They're
you
gonna
do-
go on Reddit like
Wait, didn't
Brandon
Bubbles make you
Espiritu.
delete the boxing video?
Yeah. Well, she didn't make me, but she did a strong suggestion, and I
was
took
like-
it. I took it with a grain
We
of
weren't
salt.
as close, and I was like,
Yeah.
Bubs, can you tell him? Like, anyways, if
Yeah.
you didn't see that, that's your fault. Like,
Yeah, they're gonna be on Reddit like Brandon Espiritu boxing video. That's how I look for stuff. No, but what do I do? I've actually struggled with this, and I'm sure you guys do too, because I can't drop like I'm a pilot or I'm an architect or a doctor. So I've been struggling with that for the past couple of years. Like, what do I do? And yeah, if you were to ask me what do I do now, I just do what I need to do. You know, I do what I have to. You know what I'm saying? But I do wear a lot of hats. Mainly right now, I'm an investor. I've shifted a lot of my energy towards my business ventures and just securing my financial future. Honestly, it sounds so
I love how you're like, I don't
irresponsible.
really do much, and then you
What?
like list.
Like,
I'm like, I
investing.
always they're like when people ask me like, what do you do? I'm like, I vibe, and people are
I
like, oh
vibe?
fuck, you really don't do anything. I'm like, I do.
Yeah.
I just like. I vibe in the process.
I know, but I
think you
always get
vibe,
so
but you also
pressured.
do like actual shit.
Man, I've done so much in my life.
like you have Camu.
Well, Kamu, not anymore. It came
Oh.
to a halt. I had equity in that business last year, and I was like their main ambassador. But we decided respectfully, we're all still friends,
Okay.
to just go separate ways. But that was a really fun venture.
See, you do
last
a
year was a
lot.
Yeah.
fun venture, but I'm on to different things this year. Yeah.
Okay, if you're not gonna name what you do, what's the name of your business? So sheets.
Oh yeah. So
What?
we
See? No,
no, yeah, we make luxury bamboo bed sheets.
He does
So,
that?
yes,
Ooh.
it's called Rest Day.
He's a
Yeah.
model.
Influenza.
Pageant.
Pageants.
Yeah.
Like you fucking do a lot.
Everything.
Like, it's
Yeah.
making me feel bad. What do I do? I have a podcast that I just like vibe on.
Yeah.
I model sometimes, but I won't go to a casting. But I just like vibe with the modeling, and I do influencing shit.
Oh no, but yeah, I don't think you should feel bad because I think where the quality lies is like how well you do things.
That's
Like
true.
even if you're just doing one thing.
I feel like,
Like,
we're
if you're doing
learning
it
so
well.
This is the most
Yeah.
we've learned from any guest. Like no one has ever said
In the
anything
first how many
substantial.
minutes?
We haven't even gotten to anything, and I feel like I'm already like
learning.
learning.
No, well, a little background with me is like I grew up on Guam. So I've been there for 18 years. Whoever doesn't know what Guam is, I totally understand. But we're like this little island. You can't see it on the map. We're 3 hours away from here.
Which you know what is
Um,
crazy because not a state, but it's American.
Like
It's an American
territory?
territory.
And like
yes.
I know there's a Target.
Yeah, that's
hear
what I
there's
know.
No Chipotle because I was really craving.
No
And I hear there's no
Chipotle.
tax or something
Yeah.
like that, like when you shop.
Well, when you shop at duty free, yeah, there's no tax. So a lot of tourists from Japan
Yeah.
go to shop for luxury goods.
No, because I was actually we were talking about this in the car. I was like, oh, like I love Chipotle. I'm going to Paris. I'm gonna get Chipotle. Then he's like, what's your Chipotle order?
Yeah.
And you know, I literally googled if there's Chipotle in Guam because it's the
What?
closest.
And there is?
The
There's
closest U.S.
not?
territory to here.
yeah,
there's
that is the
none.
closest territory to here.
But we do have Panda Express.
which we have.
Which you have already.
Mega
So, closest one right
It's
now.
not the same.
And we
Yeah.
have Raising Canes.
Oh,
I don't know if you had Raising Canes
I know
before.
Raising
Wait,
Canes.
tourism
It's so good.
ambassador. I'm like,
Yes.
when are we booking to Guam?
Yeah, Guam Visitors Bureau better pay me for this. No,
Yeah.
Well, I've
you
never
do.
been to Guam, but I've been really curious.
It's so
It's like
beautiful.
a Hawaii, right?
Yeah.
So beautiful. Yeah, but you need to experience it from like a boat. You need to experience it
Okay.
in the jungle.
Yacht.
A yacht.
Boat.
Preferably a yacht, right? But you need to immerse yourself in Guam to experience what Guam
Mhm.
is like. You got to go to like a fiesta where there's like
Ooh.
Chamorro people and locals
Fiesta.
inviting you. And, you know, like you can't just go there and expect the best trip
Right.
by just renting a car and going to the malls. Because, like, we don't have a lot to offer when it comes to like the malls, like here. But if you go on
That's
a
fine.
boat, if you fish,
Gabby
if
and I
you.
are not mall people.
Yeah.
You guys are mall. I see you in Rockwell.
I mean, we're
all the
mall
time.
people in Manila.
I've
I think
never-
we're mall
you guys
people-
have
Power
seen
plant
in
frequenters.
Rockwell.
You guys are always at power
I
plant.
think
aren't
we're
you?
mall people in Manila.
I've seen
Because
Gabbie
where
at
else
the
will we
mall.
go? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, okay, sorry.
Okay,
See,
best mall. Okay, favorite mall in Manila on 3. 1,
that's so easy.
2, 3. Power
Rockwell,
plant.
yeah.
I love that you said the real name. I still say Rockwell.
Jazz
Yeah,
Mall,
same.
Makati. No.
Wait, that's where I get my relics pods.
Oh,
Jazz.
okay, so there's a shortage with relics, right?
yeah,
so
don't go to Jazz Mall because I've taken all the pods.
he's taking
No,
market
it's
share.
near my house, and my driver goes.
Oh, that
to
is
it.
near
Amazing.
your house,
And
actually.
literally, he'll go there and back in 10 minutes. I'm like, where's this Jazz Mall? I don't know where it is, but it's so close.
No, it's
so
actually
close.
really
And
near
my driver
you.
can get
Yeah.
back in 10 minutes.
And across that's like one of the best hot pots in Makati.
What?
Yeah, I think it's called Happy Hot Pot. Across Jazz Mall.
Well, I
that
want
the one
hot
that they're, like,
pot.
It's a little
spinning
dinky
shit?
hole in the wall, but it's super good. So check it
Okay.
out. Check it out. Support
Okay,
local.
sorry, going back. Wait, so I want to know because I feel like I knew you like maybe a few years into you being in Manila.
Yeah.
So like, what were you doing in Guam,
Okay.
and how did you then like decide like, oh, I want to go to Manila? Like,
Got
are
it.
you Filipino?
Um,
Like, what was that sort of transition like? What is the thought process? Because I feel like you obviously started blowing up once you're here. So I feel like a lot of people don't really know like
The pre-Manila.
the
like-
pre-glow up.
yeah.
The pre-glow up was real.
I don't know how you
It
looked
was
back
real.
then. I'm sure you looked better than most people.
Thank you. I'll take it. But no, I grew up on Guam for 18 years. I finished college there. I had my whole childhood on Guam. And I moved to Hawaii for 10 years to finish college. So in 2012, I moved to Hawaii. And I was there till 2023.
Okay, so you
Yeah. And then I
Haven't
moved
been
here 2 years
Yeah.
ago. Yeah.
Why does
So
it feel like you've been here like way longer? I feel like you've
I f-
assimilated
it
pretty
feels-
well.
I moved fast, and luckily God put me in the right circles, gave me the right opportunities. I met really
Shout
great
out
people.
Bubbles.
Yes.
Shout out Jesus Christ.
She
Thread
is the-
queen.
She's the thread queen. I
She's
keep
the
telling
thread
her.
queen right now,
No,
I
I don't know
swear.
why she didn't like follow me. Then like a few days ago, she randomly followed me. I was like, oh my god.
Were
I'm
you
The
happy
thread
about
queen
that?
follow
starstruck.
you.
Are you happy about
Yeah,
that?
like every day I wake up and I like go on threads. I'm like, what did Bubbles write?
I know, she always has something new.
No,
she always
she's
has something
good.
new
I'm
up
like, she
her
found
threads.
her platform.
Yeah, I
No,
think
yeah,
that's
she
her, I think
is.
that's her niche. I
Right.
think threads is her niche. I don't know how to work threads, but
Because she has
does
a
it
lot of
well.
like fun facts to share all the time.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
whether it's about
Like
the
how a
oat
marathon
milk,
has to be
marathons, fun
Yeah.
oat
runs.
milk.
Yes.
She's like an encyclopedia.
Now
man.
matcha.
She always has something
Yeah.
to say, but man, I love
Yeah.
Bubbles. Shout out Bubbles.
So What made you like move to the Philippines? Like, what was that like? Because it's
So
again, Manila's a very niche place. You know, I always say, you know, if you live in Manila, it's actually a very fun place. And we were talking about this in the car, where
Yeah.
like, it's a lot easier to get an opportunity here.
Mhm.
You know, you can build yourself.
Yeah, Manila's so
and do a lot
small. It's
To
like it's so
visit,
easy to know everyone.
Maybe not the best,
Yeah.
but why? What is your thought process? Like, are you Filipino?
I am Filipino, but
Fuck, I was
But I
hoping
was-
you weren't Filipino, so I was like, okay, at least we're both.
no, I'm half Filipino. But
Okay.
so when I was in Hawaii, I was dating this girl for 5 years, and I went
You
through.
moved for a girl.
No, we. Well, kind of. I mean, it was kind of like a catalyst to me moving, but I went
I thought
through
you
a
were gonna say
breakup.
catfish.
No.
She was a cat.
It's like
Catfish for 5 years.
That would have been terrible. Thank God I haven't been through that. But no, I went through a breakup like in 2020, like the later end of 2022, and it was I was heartbroken in 2022. But then that was a catalyst to like start my first fitness business. I was doing so well in Hawaii. I was like surfing, doing meetings, making the most money I've ever made, and I got a deal with Pen Shop.
Ooh.
While I was in Hawaii, they said we want to make you like the face of our underwear line, called Core Active. So I thought to myself, I'm just gonna go get my mind off of the breakup.
Like, it seems like such a
Right?
random opportunity.
Yeah,
but, like,
that came at the
yeah.
right time.
came at the
Yeah.
right time. Like,
It did. I was
and
like, I'm
it's
just
so
gonna go
random
to
how, like-
relax.
Well,
and
Pen Shop
enjoy.
and Bench both
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
So, but I feel like that was such a like meant to be. Like, oh wait, the fact that I'm not even there and I'm already getting
Yeah.
opportunities.
Exactly. That's
Imagine if I moved there and
What? Yeah.
put
What
in a
could
little
be?
bit of effort.
yeah,
you
it was
know?
like all like divine intervention. And I was like, I'm gonna go to the Philippines, relax and mess around. And
relax
just,
in BGC.
like I went to
BGC 's so-
Siargao,
BGC
like,
is so
Ooh.
relaxing.
Yeah.
oh, dude, it's like a bubble of relaxation. Greenway is like the only like sliver of hope in BGC. But I went here. I did the Pen Shop thing. I was gonna move to New York City, but I ended up just staying here, and I got Mr. Philippines in 2024, which I thought I'd never ever do, and now I built a whole life. So I'm just here in Manila enjoying it.
How did the whole like pageant journey start? Because honestly, like, it's very well. I know like the Philippines is a very pageant focused like country,
Yeah,
but you don't really see a lot of men joining. Like,
Mm.
I think if it wasn't for like you, Jether, like Kirk, I would not even know that these pageants
Like male
exist.
pageants.
So how
Yeah.
did you like? What was the thought process behind that? Because I also think like, you know, as a very like maybe masculine man, like
a cis
it,
male.
a cis male, like it can be very like
Like
how did you
pageants
even
and
decide like,
Mhm.
oh, I want to do this because
Yeah, and that
you've
was
really
a,
broken the stereotypes in a
Yeah.
way, you know, like that's not something that you would think that, oh, like it's like
would go for a
That's-
pageant.
That was
Yeah.
kind
Man
of a
would do
big
that,
wall
you
for me
know?
to climb over because I had my premonitions with pageants. You know, you think of like guys oiled up on stage with like
Yeah.
mosquitoes. And that to me was like it wasn't my brand. I didn't want to do that. But I went to Siargao, had a couple drinks with my friends, Kirk and Alexa. Alexa
Love
Ray. She's like the mayor of
Alexa.
Siargao.
love her.
Love you, Alexa. But we were drinking.
She's a little fireball.
She's a fireball, dude, and I love her
You need
fashion
to meet her.
sense.
She's
amazing.
so I
Yeah.
actually met Alexa like I think even before she moved to Siargao. Like,
Really?
she's,
When
like,
she was like in
I think she-
Bacolod?
I think
Or
she'd
Manila.
go to Manila a lot, and I just met
Like-
with her. I think Lauren Reed and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah,
like
yeah.
that was like, I think maybe pre-college days for me. Even.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, continue.
No worries. No, but Alexa was
Good.
really nice to like let me and Kirk stay at her villas because she owns these Nami villas is what she owns
Mhm.
on General Luna. So we stayed there. We were having like the time of our lives, and I brought up to them like, hey, I got this opportunity to join a pageant to be Mr. Philippines, and I said I really don't think that it's for me, and they both said you should challenge the way you think of yourself and maybe join something and be open-minded because what's the worst that could happen? Like you lose and
Yeah.
then you don't get it, or you win and it changes your life. So
And
literally,
the fact that like you
like-
know, we talked about like, you know, like how easy it is to like, or easier to get an opportunity here.
yeah,
And that doesn't mean it's like the whole country's like that. But I feel like sometimes we don't like realize how privileged we could be. Like the
Yeah,
amount
yeah,
of people
yeah.
that would love to join a pageant. And
Yeah.
the fact that things
Yeah.
are just offered and
So
you have
many.
the option to do that, it's almost like it's something that's really meant to be.
Yeah.
You know, and something that's like, oh, like why not?
Like I should just
Do
take this
that,
opportunity.
Yeah, and it's crazy because like you guys know, like you guys are doing your podcast, you're doing this the
Guys, we're
the
almost at
influencer
40
stuff.
episodes.
Yeah, they're almost on 40. Like that's huge. But you know, you work so hard to attain a certain goal because you have like this thing in your mind and this vision about yourself, and you want to get that specific goal.
Right.
For me, it's like I didn't want to join pageants, and it fell in my lap. And the things that come to you easy, I think, are signs from the
Yeah.
universe or whatever you want to call it, God. And it's meant for you, and take it up. Like if you have something that just feels so easy and you don't have to work so hard for it, give it a shot. Because I gave it a shot, and I could actually say I had a really good pageant career. Like I walked
you
away
think you're
from
done?
pageants. Maybe for PR purposes, I'll say maybe. Maybe.
Keeping it open.
Can I just say?
I'm open.
Well, I know it's usually for girls, but
Yeah.
the local pageants have the biggest budget.
Yeah.
So like people will
Huge.
just do like the local pageants.
Yeah.
You don't have to post. You're just like, and it's like you win like millions of pesos. Like it's crazy. But there's a
They go
lot
all
of
out.
money.
They go all out.
And
yeah.
Do you think you would like you have a pretty big social media following? Do you think like a lot of it has to do with the pageants? Like,
Mm.
do you think because pageant fans
I know
here
people
are
love
sorta-
pageants in the Philippines.
I think
Like,
I
everyone's a
garnered
fanatic.
like an easy 70K on Instagram
Ooh.
from the pageant space. But the rest was like building for like I've had Instagram for 10 years.
Yeah.
So I was building for 10 years. I was a photographer at first, and then I did like these weird like OOTD pics.
Did you ever
and then-
archive anything, or you've
No,
kept them?
Yeah.
everything's
It's
there,
all
so you just
there.
like go all the way
Oh
down.
my god!
So you can
I need to-
scroll all
I'm
the
not,
way.
Okay, I'm not gonna archive anymore. Like,
I have 1,200 posts like on my
you know, I
Instagram.
want to get there.
I put in that work, you know what I mean? So like
Damn.
scroll. It's
But
gonna take
Liam's
you a
always
couple days. but
archiving.
Not anymore. No, I really stopped.
Okay, that's good. So that
But
you
I
can like
also feel
Normalize archiving.
But you
No,
know
I'm
what? I
just
see.
kidding.
I see
No.
how you were like a photographer and stuff back then. Because honestly, again, for cis man, your feed is like more aesthetically pleasing than Gabbie's. Like you have an aesthetic. Like
Oh my
you have
gosh.
like
Yeah.
there's a vision.
There's a
No,
vision there.
have you
You see the
have you
vision?
I've seen
You
it.
guys see the
It's
vision?
like- no, like even if I tried, like this could not, like I could not do this.
I am very.
No, I'm always like fuck. Like how, like
Thank you.
you know, sometimes you have to like look, it's like all the same editing. It's clean. Like
Yeah.
Gabbie, I can never do this. And the thing is, some of them are sponsored posts, and he still makes it fucking look nice. I'm like, what the fuck? Like you.
There's a system to my content. If you see it, you'll see the pattern.
Yeah.
No,
There's
I see
always
the
a
pattern,
hook.
and
There's
it
always
works.
like, and I try to mesh like health and wellness with aesthetics and also sexiness, right? Because sex sells,
Yeah.
right? But I try to mesh all three together. That's kind of like my concept.
How do you
I
come
guess
up
it
with
works.
these ideas? Because
Um,
I keep telling Gabbie, like, Gabbie, we have to do the gimmicky things because gimmicky, funny things
yeah.
really work. And I was sort of telling you a while ago where, like, the reason why I joined the podcast or wanted to do something different was because I felt like people found something to actually be like, oh, like compliment me on. Because, like,
Yeah.
you can't just, like, have an aesthetic feed and they're like, oh, I love your feed.
yeah.
But I started doing these gimmicky reels and people were like, Liam, you're so funny. I'm like, I'm actually a fucking comedian. People just are unaware because like we keep this sort of like mysterious
But
vibe.
yeah, I
But
think
you find such a good way to sort of bring out like your humor. And I comment on your posts all the time because I
Thank
think your
you.
posts are
Liam is a
fucking
very
hilarious.
supportive Instagram
I
buddy.
think they're hilarious.
Thank
And
you.
like sometimes they're controversial and I'll be like, I don't give a fuck if I get hate because I think these things are so funny.
yeah, I've actually had a problem with that because I'm like, I want to be mysterious. I want to be like very chic and like maarte,
It's
right?
not-
But
no
that
one's
doesn't.
gonna-
But no one likes that
no one
because
wants
it's like
that.
it's not real, and I'm a very silly, goofy person. And my
You're in a silly,
girlfriend,
goofy mood.
yeah, shout out to my girlfriend Kim because she's like my social media manager now.
No way.
And
Wait.
she's telling me, she's like, you need to do more like relatable things that people in the Philippines could really enjoy. So do funny things, do skits. And it was hard for me. But
You-
now I know like people are resonating with like the funny things. And I'm like, it's actually more fun to create content when you're just having
Yeah.
I
fun.
had the same
You know,
predicament. I did not
I-
want to do any of these stupid gimmicky reels. Like I was just like, I just felt that like if I wanted to keep up, I felt like I had to keep up like a certain like image of myself, you know,
Yeah.
and I wasn't gonna attract maybe certain brands or certain opportunities because I was like showing too much of my personality. And like, you know, when you see these big influencers with millions of followers, they don't have to do gimmicky shit because they have the numbers.
Yeah.
But if you want to grow, if you want to reach new people, these stupid reels are the way to go.
Yeah.
And so I think, at least for me, I found a way to sort of balance where like every time I do something gimmicky, it's related to like, it's part of my story. It's a part of
Yeah.
who I want to sort of like make myself out to
It's
be.
just another
online.
version of you.
Yeah.
You know,
You
there's so
know?
many versions of ourselves, so we don't have to pigeon ourselves into like this one. Like,
But your
could be
reels are really
funny.
like, what is my favorite? What is the one about like the OnlyFans? Like,
oh yeah, so it's like I'm working so hard now to become rich, so my daughter doesn't have to do OnlyFans. I got so much crap
No,
for that.
Really?
You-
Well, I shouldn't be surprised.
like you.
But-
I feel like you knew.
Well, a little bit of me knew, but I think a lot of people were mad at me because they're like, "How dare you disrespect people who are
Who are
like
on
doing OnlyFans?"
OnlyFans.
But I was the premise of that was like, okay, I didn't say my daughter can't do OnlyFans.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if I had a daughter, I would want enough money to support her so she doesn't have to do
it.
Or
OnlyFans.
so she
Yeah.
could do anything.
Or-
Yeah,
but if she wants to
she
do
doesn't-
it,
yeah.
if she wants to do it, then she can do it because she has free will. Am I going to be happy about it? No.
But I
I'm not
also-
going to be happy about
Yeah.
that choice. But hey, if she wants to do that, makes her happy, then I'll support her. But you know, I think people take things really literally online.
I
And
know.
you know,
like Bubbles per Esau.
Yeah.
No, but
Everyone's so
like she
sensitive
literally said a
nowadays.
fact.
People are
She
too
said
sensitive.
like, you know,
Yeah.
marathons aren't 10Ks and 5Ks aren't marathons, and that's the truth. Marathons are 42K.
but I love your
So-
post. And the thing is, sometimes you have to be a little controversial. You know, I was always scared of like saying my truth. You know, there's certain things I'm like, okay, like Liam, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But some things, you know, I feel like the internet has become such a serious place. And
Yeah.
I'm glad that like, just even if you look at like how like what was popular online before, it was always like, oh, like aesthetics, like vibey things, like
Yeah.
weird music. Now it's like trending audios,
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
relatable things. And like,
Yeah.
even though I really didn't want to do shit like that before, I'm actually really enjoying it
It's
because I
fun.
feel like I'm showing my personality more,
Yeah.
you know? And like sometimes you have to do something a little controversial.
Yeah, you've been doing a lot more funny stuff, which
'Cause
I
I'm
enjoy.
fucking funny.
Well, I enjoy it. I think you
You
should
know?
keep doing it, right? What do you think, Gabbie?
Yeah, I find it funny.
So like for my, oh my god, okay, cut this out.
What is
because It's so
this?
unnecessary. You can add it, but I have to do this ad for this like headphones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did one, and they made me delete it because I didn't read, like they didn't send me the deck. Anyways, so it's like noise canceling.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be drinking my matcha,
Yeah.
and then like a robbery is gonna be happening behind me, and I'm just like la 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 la. Like it's fucking funny, but
That's funny.
it gets
yeah,
the
yeah.
Wait,
point
what's the
across.
That would be.
what
fun.
was their brief? Like, what did they want?
you just,
Is it in? Are you gonna do it in the store?
Like, why did you delete
no
it?
like these are the headphones I lost that I had to like have someone grab.
you
me.
should do it in the store, and then have someone
No, they don't
pretend
have-
to steal something in the
They
back.
they don't have a store because
Right.
it's like on
Online?
you can buy it online, but I'm gonna do like
in the
Rockwell or
mall,
something,
yeah.
mall or something.
Okay.
But like something funny like that, you can get the point across in a funny way.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
because
yeah.
they're like, oh, talk about your favorite like features. I'm not my content. I'm never gonna be hard sell. I'm never gonna be like, guys, buy this.
Oh
You know?
gosh, that's such a normal
So
thing
I
here
find
too.
creative ways, and yes, it's more effort. Yes, I have to find people to act like they're being robbed and stuff. But like, I feel like it's fun, and people
Yeah.
really enjoy it, and people remember that. You know,
True.
like we see so much content every day. No one has ever been like, oh my god, I love this like photo shoot you did. But like, if I do something relatable, people will be like, oh my god, I love the reel that you did.
Yeah.
You know, and like, it was so hard for me to get out of this mindset where like, oh, like Liam, like you have to keep up this like mysteriousness. I'm so mysterious. Like no one fucking knows what I'm up to on the
Yeah.
daily. But I can add a few like relatable things once in a while,
Sure.
and it's fun. And I think it really works for you.
Yeah, like,
Like-
what I didn't know that this would ever be like the best reel I posted, but I never was like the type.
Boxing.
No, that one was like controversial too. I got so much shit for that. Like the next day, my management was just like, "You're all over Reddit." I'm like, "Why?" And they're like, "Is it real?" They just get, is it real? I don't know. It's up for you to find out. But check it out. So I'm not really like
Link in bio.
like in my Instagram. I'm always like I have rules. I have these rules in my head. Like I don't want to show my girlfriend. I don't want to show my parents. I don't want to show I don't want to like show my life.
Personal life. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to be exclusive, and I want I don't want to open it up to people like it's a public church, right?
Right.
But this past year, I said, forget that. Like I want to show my parents. I want to like celebrate my dad. And I was on Guam, and I had like a lunch with him. And the pay the bill, like
I know,
how much is
that,
the bill? Dude, I did that with my dad, and like it got millions of views. Like did better than all of my other things that were like more exclusive and like more art there. And like people were like, I love that. Like I love that your dad was in that. And, like even dads were like coming up to me. I'm like, that's so
save
funny.
my mom
Like,
when I have like a good I need the engagement to be high on.
yeah.
I like save my mom for that because people love
Love the mom stuff.
the thing is,
too.
I
They
love
family stuff. Yeah.
I'm on the same page for I always even tell my other friends that aren't even in the social media space, you really never know who's watching, and so I'm always a little particular.
True.
I
Yeah.
really won't show
Like there's a bit of
my everyday
privacy still.
Yeah.
I don't
True.
show my friends that aren't
Like on
like
super in public,
influencers.
publicly social.
So I really just post my friends that are in the industry, and it's just finding that balance. I do want people, especially for me and Gabbie, we don't have the biggest following, so we're
Yeah.
still growing. So you do need to show yourself. So it's just finding that balance of you want people to know you, but you don't want people to know you too much where they
It's
become
like
stalkers
overexposed and
they
like
try
you know
kill
everything.
You know?
True.
Like you'd also never post like real time like where you're at or something. Because some people are always
I learned
posting
that.
like
I learned that. I used to do that.
consistent-
I'm a pretty
Consistently.
real time poster.
I used to do that. And
but
then
you're
my
not
friend
always
was
posting like, oh, I'm in Rockwell right
Yeah,
now.
I'm like,
you know what
oh,
I
no.
mean?
yeah, my
I used
friend
to
would
tweet
post like
On
I'm
the
like
way to rock.
no, like I'll be like, we were just there like yesterday. Why are you posting it now?
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, because I don't want people to like run up on us like when we're at the mall.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that kind of makes sense.
Like,
I didn't
even
really
if,
think about it like
I
that.
even tell my friends, you could have 10 followers. One of them could be a secret hater,
Yeah.
and one of them could be plotting your demise.
Yeah,
you
you
never
never
know.
know.
People
It's
are
true.
fucking crazy nowadays,
It's true.
And I don't know, the social media space, it's just such a weird place,
Yeah.
I try to act like, oh, I don't care about hate or whatever, but hate also drives views. So it's
Of course.
would I rather be hated by random people, but then I get brand deals in return, my engagement's up? It's such a weird sort of
Yeah, it's a game.
Yeah.
it's a game.
Which
We talked about this in the car.
which
It's
is
such
a game. So don't take it too serious. Like don't make it your personality. Like it's a game,
Yeah.
right? And the
That's so
game
true.
could win you points, it could win you money, or it can't. But there's other things in life that you could pursue besides social media, So nothing to lose. There's really nothing to lose.
Well, that's such a good way
Really
to
nothing
sort of
else.
segue.
Yeah.
So let's talk about rest day because it's very, very difficult, I think, I think a lot of influencers here have different brands, but I think you found something so niche,
Yeah.
which is so amazing, and it's still very on brand for you.
Thank you.
How did that sort of start? How did you come up with the idea? Because I had my own brand before. It is very typical. Oh yeah, of course, this is something Liam would do. But when you were announcing it, I was like, wait, this is so fucking smart because actually, one of my mom was looking. Well, it's sort of related, but he was looking for a mattress topper,
Okay.
and proper sheets, and he was like, wait, where the fuck do I go?
Yeah.
Because there's
Yeah.
where do you go here? We don't
Yeah.
have Target
Go to
unless you go to
SM
Guam.
or
Yeah, I think that's just stands. That's
But
it.
there's
Or
not a lot
online.
of
Yeah.
options. So how did that whole start? And it makes sense because you are a health and wellness,
wellness.
guy
Yeah,
at
it's
the end of
very
the
like
day.
wellness.
Yeah.
And sleep
Aligned.
is so important. So yeah, I want to know a little more about that because
For sure. Well,
It's very
shout out
interesting.
to my partner, my business partner, Shireen. She's super smart, law degree, comes from tech, very, very smart girl, very ambitious. But she actually came up with the idea of making luxurious bed sheets because when she was dating around, she went to this guy's house and she told me over dinner, she's like, this guy left such an impression on me. I'm like, why? She's like, because his bed sheets were so nice. And I'm like, there's got to be a market of single guys that want to up their bed sheets.
Yeah.
Like guys that buy Rolexes, guys that want nice cars, but need to be educated that their bed sheets have to be good too.
and
Right.
also
Right?
first of all, sleep is so important. But your skin, if you're
The
just
skin,
Yeah.
you
sleep,
That's
I
you
recently
know?
just changed my pillows,
how's
just to
that?
get
It's good.
and the cases.
life changer, right?
less like, well, I don't have like the worst skin, but like my skin's definitely better.
Your skin's
My
good.
sleep, like
Yeah.
I don't even have to like pop a pill anymore. Like
It's that good, huh?
my mom just ran me like, oh, like let's like change it up because I'm like I'm like pretty simple with that. I'm like I don't really care. Like I'll just
Yeah.
sleep
Yeah.
on whatever. I can sleep on the floor if I have to.
Same.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm super chill, but like that was such a fucking life changer. And like I wake up refreshed and like ready to
Yeah,
start the day.
like good
Yeah.
sheets and good pillows. Like the quality of sleep is really different.
It's a big must, you know.
And,
But
like-
for us, it was like, how do we marry this? Like, how do we hit this niche, but marry it with an aesthetic that people can enjoy?
Yeah.
Because when you go to Restans or SM, you'll spend 30,000 upwards on nice bedsheet sets, and they'll come in plastics. They'll come in like a tote bag.
Yeah, like it's so
And we're
generic.
like, no, let's make this different. Like, let's make this cool. And so we wanted to make functional bed sheets that were very soft, that were good for your skin, that were good for the environment. And we traveled far and wide, went to Shanghai to like meet with reputable factories.
First of all, I heard
you know.
Shanghai is fucking amazing.
It's cool. It's a really cool
Like,
place.
I-
Actually reminds me of New York. Like
It's
the
very
city reminds me a
modern.
little bit of
Apparently
New York
it's very,
a little
very
bit.
modern. It's
Yeah.
I want to go. I went when I was like
It looks
8 or
futuristic.
No, I went
9,
before
so
the-
I have no idea how it
I
is
went
now. Like
before
I'm sure
should check
it's
it
so
out.
different.
Shanghai
You
has
should
had
check it
its,
out.
like
Boom.
Yeah.
boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think now it's like more fun. Like
It is.
I saw someone post a TikTok about Shanghai. They're like, wow, I like don't even want to go back to Japan.
Oh, I don't know about that.
That's what
Ja-
they said.
I don't
They were
know about
like,
that.
No, but
Japan is amazing.
no, but one of my friends
Shit.
lives there now.
In Japan?
No,
In Shanghai.
And
Shanghai.
she has like, well, just bleep out. She has
Really
like
nice.
the best like quality of life. Like, even
Yeah.
guys bleep out the names, huh? Holy shit! Like this is like so. I think even going to visit, he's like, I need to see what the fuck is
I want to
up
go.
Yeah,
because it's like
Shanghai's cool.
apparently like. I'm sure it's still like it's not like Japan where like you need to figure out like where to
Yeah.
go. But if you're in the right areas, like I've seen pictures and like there's
Yeah, it
actually
looks
like trees,
chic.
like it's clean, very organized. Like I think China's really like.
There's like a river.
Well, China's
Why
definitely.
are you
ahead of its
laughing?
curve.
There really
Yeah.
is. Like I
Yeah.
see
But
the
no, I
pictures.
definitely really wanna go sometime because and apparently Australians don't need a visa.
Oh man.
I need a visa.
Australians
Send me-
need a visa to get there?
No, apparently like everyone else.
Oh yeah, because
does.
Australia's the
Everyone
strongest passport.
No, but
I
that just
think, right?
happened last year
Oh.
because I wanted to go. I was supposed to go for something. Oh, I think Jazz's wedding, Jazz Reyes's
Oh, okay.
thing
For like
on.
China.
Then I was like, I don't want to like go. Like I have to get a visa. I've never needed a visa for anywhere because
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
Australian. And then they're like, you have to get a visa. I'm like, fuck my life. I also didn't have time to like
Yeah.
process. I can't leave my passport. I had other traveling stuff because it's going to New York.
Got it.
So I really didn't have time. And then sent me link like Australians can now go visa free. I'm like, fuck
Amazing
yeah.
celebration.
But we should definitely go. Sorry, going back.
no.
Wait, so rest
Yeah,
day,
we're continuing
like, what
about
else?
yeah.
Because honestly,
Well, yeah. I mean,
I love when like someone comes up with something new. You know, I feel like influencers nowadays, like everyone's doing the skincare and stuff.
yeah.
But I feel like your brand can stand alone without having like a celebrity or an influencer.
It's just like a
name.
good
Yeah,
you know?
like business idea, like good line, period.
Well, it's like everyone needs bed sheets. right?
Yeah.
And you
So-
seem to be like, and you seem to really care about the quality because I see a lot. I don't know. I feel like I see a lot of influencers sort of just doing random things because they want a quick sale.
people want a
and
quick
people
bag, you know.
Aren't thinking sort of long term.
Yeah, everyone's doing clothes and skincare, and I think those are great, like lucrative places if you can hit it right. But I just wanted something that meshed well with my lifestyle, like, and we sleep on beds every single day.
Imagine all the
So-
like sexy content you can
Yeah,
do
you
on
can
your
make-
sheets.
You do sexy content, but then I also thought about it because I meet a lot of people out here, impressive people in business who, you know, they make a really good killing for themselves. And I asked them, "What do you do?" They're always like suppliers or distributors, right? They're doing
For something random.
yeah,
Yeah.
for some, like nuts
Like-
and bolts. I'm like,
No,
this is
literally,
so
no. I know
unappe-
someone that supplies the nuts and bolts for
Right?
like all these big like
It's probably the same
factories.
guy that we're talking
and then
about.
billionaire because it's like they've just found that one little thing that
Yes,
Like it sounds random,
So-
but usually these things are like super essential.
they're essential,
Yeah. So
and
that's
they're
why
they're not sexy.
Yeah.
So
like,
like
fuck
I
being
thought,
an influencer.
yeah.
Like I'm over this.
I was thinking to myself, like, what's a business that we can do that we could sell to the D2C market, like also sell online on an e-commerce platform,
Yeah.
like Shopify, but also go B2B and get into hotels, get into clinics and spas.
Mhm.
And like that's where we're on now, right? We're hitting the B2B space. So it's like I don't want something that's gonna pigeon me to just like retail spots. I want to go retail. I want to go B2B. I want to go e-commerce. And bed sheets were like it's like a perfect.
No,
niche
I
for
love
Yeah,
that.
so-
How do you see yourself like growing with like?
Yeah, do you think it like
let's say, are you
expand?
guys
well,
doing more
right
things?
now, I contractually I can't say anything until it's up, but we do have hotels lined up for this
Not
year.
the NDA. I love that.
We have hotels lined up. We
I
got
love a good. We love a good NDA.
you guys will see, but I'm so excited. We have hotel accounts, we have retail accounts, and we're also working with real estate agents in the United States,
Wow.
giving them wholesale prices for our bed sheets to gift buyers of new
Mhm.
homes on their client
Oh my
list.
god.
So it's like a gift. Like we have this one guy who gives Tiffany boxes to whoever buys a house from him, but now he's gonna add rest day as a gift. So he buys bulk from us, and we give him a wholesale price. So things like that. But we're really hitting the B2B space. We're going to Bali. We're here in Manila. So yeah, we're hitting
Not
that B2B
only is he
space. Yeah.
cute, but he's smart as well, guys. You've heard it here first. No, but that's why I love having these conversations because, again, I see you like quite often, a few
Yeah.
times a month, you know, but you don't get to. We don't have the time to sit down.
I think because we're always at PR events. And
PR
it's like,
events are
Yeah,
like,
like, you're not
you
gonna
know,
talk
our
about that at a
dinners
PR
are out,
event.
like,
There's no time.
yeah.
if we're at a dinner, I'm not gonna like talk
And
about
then
the
dinner,
song.
it's loud, and everyone has different subcultures and
Yeah.
topics that they're talking
People
about.
are screaming
Like
at
there's
each
so many
other.
conversations
Exactly.
going on.
Yeah.
And that's
But-
why I truly love this podcast. Like I was telling you, like we're gonna learn a lot about each other, and
Yeah.
it really just flows. Like
Yeah.
I don't know how we even got here, but like I'm so grateful. Like I
Yeah,
was telling
yeah,
him, I was like, we found a Pam was a Mormon. That's
That's
always my one
That's
example.
always your big example.
because
Wow.
it's
Is she
you
still
really-
a Mormon or
No.
did she walk away from that?
Well, you got to listen to the podcast.
Okay.
No, but like you really get to learn a lot, and I'm really loving getting to know you. And I think a lot of people, because you are still mysterious, I think we forget because maybe we all see each other at events and stuff that maybe I don't think you that mysterious, but
Yeah.
to someone that doesn't know you or know me or know Gabbie, they're like, what the fuck are they up to? Like you have a
Yeah.
lot of stuff going on, obviously.
I like these opportunities because I think people see me on Instagram and they say, I don't know, a lot of people, I don't know if you guys feel this way too, but when you see my Instagram, it just like, it doesn't really communicate who I am. If
Yeah.
you have a talk with me, because I am a goofy, silly, I'm pretty introspective. I like being personable with people, but on my Instagram, I feel like there's a wall.
Yeah.
So it's nice doing things like this so people can kind of get a peek into.
I think you
who
need
I
to
am.
start a podcast. That's why we started
Yeah,
the
your
podcast.
own-
Like people are always, told him Kanina, people are like, I love the podcast. No one's ever like, I love the photo you just posted.
Yeah.
You know, like I think you just have to find the right platform or the right outlet
Yeah.
to show that.
True.
I don't think Instagram, or maybe it's just for me, like protecting my peace a little. Like I don't think I'll ever fully show myself on Instagram. Like some people do that where like every little problem, like guys, I just got my
Yeah.
period. I'm like,
yeah. you
I don't think
have
my
to,
audience
too.
needs to know about like all the things I, stress
agree,
about.
I agree.
Which is like I
Yeah.
cry like once a day. Like they don't need to see that.
But you keep
know?
it to yourself. There's some things that you want to keep to
Yeah.
yourself, right?
It's true.
I know this is irrelevant, but
No, it's very
I'm a
relevant.
I'm a huge watch guy, and I saw you walk in with the GMT. So Gabbie has a GMT on his
God.
wrist. Is that a Bruce Wayne?
It's the green
Oh, that-
green arrow.
Wow. Oh yeah, that's the
Green
green
arrow,
arrow. So
yeah.
that's the full black bezel.
Yeah.
Wow, I haven't seen that in person. Gorgeous watch.
Thank
When did you
you.
get that?
Like 2018, 2019.
Oh, wow.
Like a
Damn.
few years ago.
I'm not a watch guy because I don't know how to tell time. I'm not joking. Like
What? We
that-
need to teach you.
No, like
We need to teach you.
I'm like a little dyslexic, ADHD. Like I really can't.
Oh my gosh.
Like
We
and
gotta
I'm
teach
blind, so like
Just
near
wear it
and
for the
near and
style.
farsighted.
Yeah, wear it for the style, wear it for the look. Sometimes I don't
I feel
even.
like it's
Sometimes
not
I
my
still check my
vibe.
phone.
Yeah.
I don't like.
You're like I have my watch. I'm like,
Yeah, I'm
what
like
time
on
is
my
it?
phone, not even my watch.
I'm a big watch guy. I love watches, but that's a really nice watch.
Thank
so
you.
I just
You know-
had to point that
You know,
out.
business idea. You could like buy and sell watches.
You could. I could. I'm open to it actually.
Honestly, nowadays, like, I used to be like, like, you know, when you're an influencer and there's ups and downs, like, sometimes you're like, oh, I have so many things to do. Sometimes you literally have nothing to do.
Yeah.
And I always found it embarrassing when, like, or almost feel defeated when I'm like, oh, I'm venturing out into other things because it seems like, oh, maybe the influencing
It's
isn't
not
working that
working.
well.
Yeah.
But I realized that, like, at least for me, I'm always in my head, especially because a lot of our things are online. You tend to sort of overthink a lot,
Yeah.
you know? And I think now that I'm overthinking less, I'm opening myself up to other opportunities, and like my content is definitely a lot more like chill.
Well, it's a representation of the things you get into because, like, as you get into more hobbies and interests, that feeds the engine of your influencing platform because it adds more value and depth to who you are, right? And like when we have conversations with new people, it's like all you talk about is influencing. Like, do you have anything else you talk about? Like, what are you
Yeah.
interested in? You know, like what did you learn this week? What did you do like that makes you attractive? That makes you more appealing. So it's good to venture out and try new things.
Like I went to this lunch the other day with these few influencers, and all they did was like make TikToks all day. Like
I
as in
hate
they don't.
that.
They're talking about like, oh, what do you want to do this?
And you're not even a part of the
Yeah, what do
TikToks. You're just like
No,
there
I was
watching.
like, thank you.
You're not
so
even
you want me
invite
to,
me?
You want me to film for
And I
you?
was like,
Invite me?
no, the thing is like sometimes I'll be like, hey Gabbie, like let's meet up. We can make chica, but like let's film this reel or let's
Yeah.
do this, you know.
Yeah.
But like, it's not my number one priority all day every day.
Yeah.
It might work for some people, but I don't know. At least for me, like Manila, even though you know a lot of people, it can feel like a very like scary, lonely place because everyone is trying to be an influencer and everyone just wants to do
Yeah.
influencer things.
Honestly.
And
Yeah.
so it's nice, like when you get to
Honestly.
sit down with people and have real relationships, because I feel
It's
like that's
nice.
very lacking.
Yeah, like I love meeting with
Seriously.
like my friends that do completely different things. It's
Yeah,
like nice
yeah.
to hear about it also.
Does it
Like
kinda
especially like
bring you
from a
back
week
down?
of like
Yeah.
all events, like being
Yeah.
surrounded by all PR influencers, everything. It's like different.
Yeah.
And I have some really good friends like that I've made
Yeah.
up from this industry, but there's some that like just care about like the influencing part.
True.
And
Yeah.
the thing is, it's so scary. Like, what happens? Knock on wood, if like your Instagram got deleted or like look how TikTok had that ban for like a day.
Yeah.
You never know. You always have to sort of diversify.
That's a
and do
good
more
question to
things.
ask yourself. Like, if your Instagram did go away today, like, who would stick around? Like, who would be in your life?
Well, I wouldn't have
Yeah.
anyone's number, so that would be a problem. That would be a problem.
It's just a handful of people with
There's
numbers.
even like
yeah.
close
Yeah.
people that I just like.
Sometimes you're talking on
or like,
Instagram.
or like you know on WhatsApp, like you can like get someone's
True,
number
true.
without actually getting their number.
Yeah.
Like once I called, who was this? Like I think it was Mon. This is like years ago, and he like kept declining. I'm like, what the fuck? Like answer. It's because he didn't save my number. Like
Oh.
you're getting a random call.
yeah, because I call him on WhatsApp, right?
Yeah.
So like sometimes like you don't realize that like, okay, like if shit hits the fan, like once super fun fact, I was in Boracay. There's a big storm.
Yeah.
So I arrived and there was no cell service. And
Mm.
one of my best friends, Lauren, was also there. And I knew where she was staying. I didn't know the room number. She was staying in like Regency, but like Regency is like there's like 1,000 rooms.
Yeah.
So she came. No, so I have a restaurant right in Boracay. So I left a message for her. So I had a feeling that eventually she would like show up there.
Yeah.
So I left a message for her. Like I wrote down a message and like, I'll be back at 4 p.m. And then she left me a message. Like we were literally like, it felt like we're in the olden days, like leaving notes. And she's like, "This is my room number. I'll be here at 4 p.m."
Wow.
So then I
And you
knocked.
have to be there at 4 p.m.
Yeah, because
It can't be late.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it just shows like if shit hits the fan, which like it's done in the past, like COVID, whatever, like you need to find other ways to sort of diversify. And I feel like
Yeah.
you've done a very good job, you know?
Thank you.
And like, you know, sometimes like even with the pageants, you're like, oh, like it's not for me or like it's not something you want to get into. But like that just shows like sometimes you just have to try. If you fail, archive it and people are gonna
Yeah.
forget about it eventually.
Yeah, because we write stories about ourselves in our head, right? Based on past experiences, whether they be failures or they be victories. And like we say, we're this, I'm not that. But if we do that, we close ourselves off to like so many different blessings, right? So stay open.
And I feel like at the end of the day, people don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They don't.
It's not that big of a deal to them.
People don't
Like-
give a fuck about me. People don't give a fuck about you. none of us. Like
Even my
they
dog-
just care about
My
like,
dog doesn't even give a fuck. I'm like, I bathe you, I feed you, and I scratch you, and I call you over, and you won't even. You're just
Yeah.
like, no.
except my mom and dad. Like these guys, they love me, dude. I will say, thank you, mom and dad.
Yeah,
These
my
are probably the
mom-
only people that really.
My
give a
mom
fuck about
sends me these like deep like reels. She's like son and mother like relationship. I'm like, how's this your algorithm? Like, how do you find these?
That's like a
reels?
mom algorithm.
Yeah, shout out to the
I'm like,
parents,
Go
man.
Sarah.
Yeah.
But no, a lot of people don't give a fuck. But if
Yeah.
you do find people, that's good. But like, I know like, you're the perfect example of like, okay, let's just not stick to one thing, you know, and like. You look back and you're like, thank God I did that.
Yeah.
You know, it was
Yeah.
such a good opportunity.
Yes, absolutely, man.
Should we play a game?
Sige.
Yeah.
Sige.
What kind of game?
Like a this or that.
Yeah,
type
and then
of
we just
thing.
Okay,
and then we
okay.
change the name of the this. They change the name of the this or
Yeah.
Oh man,
We have to
that. It's
give them
always
credit.
fun.
let's do it. Let's do it.
So the game is this or that. And the first question is face card that never declines or body be bodying.
Face card that never declines.
Face card also for me.
Feel like you can wear something oversized, you know?
You can
And
hide it,
honestly,
yeah.
I was telling him like, I was telling Brandon Kanina, it's like, I feel like I'll never get super fat, but I'll never be super buff and like fit. And he's like, no, you got this, you got this. And I was like, oh, I love burgers. And he's like, no, you got this, you got this. But at least I have my face card.
At least you got the face.
Yeah.
I'm also not fit, so I really have to say face card.
But you're so skinny, Naman, right now.
Well, the
But
thing
that's
is
not
like
fit.
if you have a nice body, like that's great. But if you have a nice face, it's like you could always work on the body,
Yeah.
right? If you don't have a nice face, it's like
you go to Bella.
you have to go to Vicky. Like you
Yeah.
have to call Vicky, and that's like
like, hey, Dad.
it's expensive,
That's
you
an
know, like
expensive investment.
exactly. So face
Okay,
card all the
Hayden
way.
told me I
Like
have like
natural
big
face
pores. I'm like,
card.
okay, I'll go in.
Oh my gosh.
He's always like, you don't need anything. And one day, we were at the Vogue thread thing, and he was, I think the lighting was just like really bad that day.
Yeah.
He looked at me. He was like, "You have big pores. You want to come in?" I was like, "Sign me up, girl."
Dude, I need to get like I want to close my pores up a little more. So Vicky, please.
But
like,
wait, I saw
can
that you're
can
now
we book an
with Bello.
appointment? I'm now with Bello.
Wait, that's such a
Ooh.
big milestone.
Thank you. I gotta say,
Like,
shout
get
out
my-
to my friend Joji. Joji has been really integral because he introduced me to Vicky
Mhm.
and Hayden. So he actually helped me get that. But now I'm with Bello. So
Yay.
shout
That's
out
such
Bello.
a big career
fun.
milestone.
Yeah, it's
Only
huge.
Bella touches your body,
Yeah.
and Kim.
Yeah, and Kimmy. I love you, Kimmy.
Yeah. But no, I just had to like segue because that's huge. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
hey, Hayden.
Hi, Hayden. Hi, Vicky.
I love you.
Love you guys.
Fun fact at Opulence, like, if was this not last year, the year before? I can't remember. So one year, I think Gods and Goddesses, like his
Yeah.
abs were out, and I was just
Hayden's
like,
abs? You're touching
he's
it?
like, I do M sculpt every day. I'm like, I need to fucking do M
Oh,
sculpt.
dude, the
every
M
day.
sculpt hurts.
It
The
just
one that
hurts.
vibrates
It
here?
doesn't hurt. I find it so relaxing.
It
gives
like you
you
put it here and
abs?
it
Well,
vibrates.
well, maybe because you don't have fat anymore, so, it
it's
doesn't like
triggering
hurt.
the
Oh
muscles.
my
yeah.
gosh,
Yeah, it's
I
the
was
muscle
dying.
for me. It's like
Yeah.
hitting
Still
the fat.
killing the fat.
Sheesh.
Yeah, but back at like when I have my abs, and it'll start to hurt.
Hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next question. What do we got?
Next is work-life balance or hustle culture.
Hustle.
I'm work-life balance.
Yeah, I changed to work-life balance like this past year. Yeah.
I think I'm not at the point yet where I feel like I can just work-life balance, and I feel like when I have that balance, I freak out. Like I like to stay busy.
Yeah.
At least for now. I think that's not something that I feel like can be sustainable.
Yeah.
But I feel like, and in fairness, I learned this from Miss Reina MMD herself. We were at like a Louis Vuitton event, the holiday one. And she was like, oh yeah, I went from this to this. I'm like, girl, you need to chill. And she's like, one day I'll chill, but like,
Yeah.
it's not my time to chill. And I was like, considering she's like at the top of her game and like, she has so many opportunities given to her, the fact
Yeah.
that she was like, no, I still want to do everything was such a good like reminder. Like, who the fuck are you, Liam?
Yeah.
You don't have a hit song out. Like, there's so many different things you can do, you know, that. So right now I think hustle,
True.
but I enjoy everything I do. So I
Yeah.
don't mind hustling. So I go crazy if I'm just like at home. you
Yeah.
know? So like, but I think that'll change.
But I
Yeah.
feel like work-life balance doesn't mean like you're necessarily chilling.
True.
You
No,
know what
but,
I mean?
like-
But then
Exactly.
it's like you need to find like time also to sort of like, just like short breaks in between.
Yeah.
Or like
Power naps.
Because
like a power nap.
the hustle culture was very like 16 pre-COVID, like Gary V
Yeah.
era, when he
Yeah.
was like, you can't be resting, you can't be taking
Yeah.
vacations
No, like,
until
I
you're,
sleep-
like,
I get minimum 6 hours in a month.
yeah, that was a very appealing
Yeah.
concept to me too. I was like, I gotta hustle, I
Yeah.
can't sleep
Yeah.
this for the week. And I think now it's like, if you can like enjoy the beach, like that means you've been working so hard to allot yourself the time to do that. Because there's a lot of people that work every day, they
Mm-hmm.
hate their job, and they can't, and they have to do it to support their family.
Yeah.
That is like, damn, I'm so grateful that I could have that work-life balance, man.
That's
'Cause
why.
that's a reality.
That's why I
you know?
don't complain when
Yeah.
luckily I have a lot of like things I need to shoot, right?
Yeah.
Which isn't like a bad thing, but it's very stressful sometimes. But I'm grateful because I'm like, yes, I'm hustling, yes, I'm doing a lot, but at least I'm enjoying most of it. And
Yeah.
it just happens to be a little stressful.
True.
But I think back, especially in the Philippines, in this country, and you see like a lot of people just getting by, and it's like, fuck,
Bro,
so it's really a good reminder of
it's-
like, damn, like we're so lucky.
Yeah.
I feel like a housewife sometimes. It's crazy. Like, I mean, compared to my girlfriend Kim, because like Kim's an architect, right? And she owns her own architecture firm. So she puts on her hard hat sometimes to go to sites. And like she's at these grungy sites, like with construction
Yeah.
workers everywhere, and she's working like all day. And like I'll text her, I'll be like, I'm in Pilates, you know what I mean?
No, my biggest thing,
Like-
my biggest is like, Gabby, we have to go to Mega Mall, which sounds so stupid, but like, but no, like,
Yeah.
especially in Manila or in the Philippines, like everyone wants to be an influencer,
Yeah.
and like I think luckily we all sort of like, yes, we're trying now that we sort of started, but like we're very grateful to be in this like
Industry.
space,
Yeah.
Super,
in this
man.
industry, and the
Super.
opportunities that we've gotten out of this to have a podcast. Not everyone can just start a podcast randomly.
Yeah.
So it really puts things, I feel like, into perspective. See, do you see how these like go
Yeah,
on
Yeah,
just-
like the game.
You know,
like
the
we
game would be a
end up
good starting point, right?
starting. Really.
You should start one of the podcasts with the
With the
game,
game.
and then just go off.
No, we
you
always
know?
talk about this, like the games. Like it's not just a game. Like we always end up like delving deeper into something.
or topics that
Like,
we
we
feel
talk
like
about
we
stuff.
haven't.
What if
We
we
Like,
didn't get
cry?
to
What if we start?
have I cried on the Have I cried on the podcast?
You should make it a point
I
to
feel
like
like
make your
not.
No, not
your
yet.
guest cry. Like not intentionally, like not saying like bad things to them, but just say questions that make them cry.
Fuck you!
Like
You
What-
suck.
like what's the most painful thing you've gone through in your life?
What's the most painful thing you've gone through in your life? Okay,
Okay,
now
what, do
next
we, what do we got? What do
question.
we got? The
Next
suspense.
is be the crowd favorite or be the judge's pick in a contest.
Oh my gosh, that's so
Judges, right?
hard.
crowd favorite or judge's pick?
Oh,
Sometimes I feel like judges
I
would have
feel
like a
like-
better criteria.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I just feel like the judge's pick because I feel like
Yeah.
I can relate back to like my or we were talking about this. Can you? Gabby was like 5 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
You
we
missed
came
a
5
lot.
minutes
You
early
missed a
and we
lot.
talked about it a lot. But you know how I was talking about how like this podcast is very niche. Like we have a certain people that listen. We're not trying to be like for the masses. And so I think that's like that would be like the judges would be the people that,
Yeah, that's
Am I
how I
sure?
viewed it
Yeah.
also.
and so that's how I've
the question.
sort of gone about my whole career, like how like I want to keep doing what I'm doing and keeping that niche.
Yeah, and staying authentic
So
to
I feel
it.
like in that way, like
Yeah.
judges, because the crowd favorite is like, oh,
I
everyone.
agree. Like in general,
And also like,
crowd favorite isn't always the best.
and also
thing.
not everyone
Yeah,
likes us.
yeah.
Gabby, not everyone.
What?
We've been canceled a few times. Not everyone likes us. We can't be a crowd favorite.
Yeah.
Well, the thing with judges pick is, well, the thing about crowd favorite is that doesn't mean you're gonna be a winner.
Yeah.
I like to win, so I want to be a judge's pick. If the
Same
crowd
here,
hates me,
bro.
but I'm winning, I'm an Aries.
I don't know what that means.
Man.
I only know what Virgos.
It means I'm a psychopath.
Wait,
No, but I thought I'm a psychopath. I'm a Gemini.
wait.
Everyone says
Virgos
Gemini
are also
psychopath.
psychopaths.
Big
Are we
psychopath.
3 psychopaths?
Aries is bullheaded and very like, I don't know. out there. That's
yeah,
what I
that's the
feel.
name about Aries. Like
Very
they're
out
very
there.
out there.
We have 3 crazy people on.
Yeah,
But look how chill we are, guys.
we're chilling.
And last question is for Brandon only.
Ooh.
Okay.
Watch me like
Exclusive
interject.
question.
Watch me like
All right.
So, would you run a business or win a crown?
Run a business.
Ooh.
Run a business.
allegedly.
Baby.
Like you're like
Run
the
a
pure
business.
answer.
Yes. Oh, 100%. The business is going to put food on my table for years. The crown will give me a moment of happiness and maybe validation, but to run a business, that takes a lot of self-awareness. It takes a lot of sacrifice, a lot of, going through hesitations and self-doubt and wanting to quit. And I think if you could run a business, that means you're also a big part of the economy that you're in, and you're
Yeah.
also feeding employees. A true businessman has employees. A true businessman gives checks to people that need it. So you're helping a lot of people, not just yourself. So yeah, run a business. Let's go.
I agree. And you know what? Like, I think we all need to start to admit to ourselves that like being an influencer is not gonna last forever.
Yep.
Again, we talked about this, Kanina, like one day
Sobering thought,
Instagram
Yeah.
might not be
Yeah.
a thing anymore. Like look at all these MySpace creators.
dude. It's so
You know?
sobering to think about
Like,
that.
and it's scary.
It is.
and you want
It
to
is.
keep your sort of options open, and like luckily like having a platform creates and opens up a lot of different opportunities.
Yeah.
And I think everyone should always be thinking about a plan B.
I mean,
And
if
even
all
people that
shit,
ha-
like
even
if it
people
shit
that
hits the
have a 9 to
fan,
5, like it doesn't matter. You always
Yeah.
sort of need to. I love a good little like side giving.
Yeah, like a
You
side
know?
gig always.
yeah, if shit hits the fan, like what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to pilot school. I'm gonna be a
Honestly,
pilot.
that's right on brand.
That sounds
Why do I
super
feel like you
fun.
could
Be
be
a
like
pilot.
And doing
pilot?
content also
I'm gonna
in
be a
pilot
pilot.
school.
Oh, really?
No,
yeah,
have
like
you
imagine doing reels.
Nice. Yeah, that would be great. I would
If
love
Gabbie
that.
ever like buys a plane, then you could be.
Yeah, I'll fly it. Why not? But yeah, I want to make some shout outs if we do plan to end soon. I want to shout out Treehouse. I don't know if you know about that.
See, you can just. We can keep. Continuing.
Yeah, so Treehouse, we're opening up on the 10th. So
Oh my god! Already.
Basic-
That's
Yeah,
soon. That's
so is
tomorrow.
it
It's
tomorrow? Tomorrow.
God.
So that's my first venture into the cafe and bar industry. So we're right across Agimat and Kampai and
Wait,
Poblacion.
that's so exciting! You know, my family friends are also investing.
Yeah, there's quite a bit
The
of
Ambers,
investors.
I've known them
Nice.
since I was little.
Gorgeous.
And
beautiful.
LA also invested.
LA's in there too.
Benj, who's doing
Yep.
the most.
Benj is doing a lot.
She's doing
Yeah.
everything and
Yeah.
doing amazing at it.
Yep. Benj, Matt.
Matthew.
Yep. It's quite a project. So if you guys are in
They
Poblacion,
finally got their permit.
yeah, we finally guys getting a permit in Poblacion for a retail space or like a brick and mortar is so difficult.
Wait, do you want to talk a little more about that? Because I know about it, but that's because like I've been hanging around you guys. But what is Treehouse?
Well, Treehouse is a cafe during the day and a bar at night, essentially. But we wanted to create a space that James Bond would go to, right? We wanted to make the architecture
Ooh.
super luxe, super chic, but also not exclusive. It's also a place where you could go and you feel welcome and warm, but it's also a place you could buy a really nice cocktail and bring a date on, enjoy the balcony, see the city lights. And what's cool about it is there's a historic tree that's
It's the middle.
in the middle of the structure that we
Hence
didn't cut off.
Treehouse.
Yeah, so it's literally a tree
It
house.
was really there. Like when
It's
you guys
been
got the
there,
space.
yeah. And you could see it inside because we put like a glass wall around it, so you could see the rain trickle down
Oh,
from the
that's so
tree from the
cute.
top.
It's
That's
so
I'm
cool.
so excited. Honestly, I'm glad it's finally opening because we've
Yep.
it's
been a long time.
It's been a long time, you know,
Yep.
and
Like over a year now.
yeah, I know it's
Shucks.
been a while. Like it's been there, like it's
Yeah.
been around. But how exciting, you know, and you know everything you do. I think you can tell that you put your heart and soul into everything, and you do everything well, you know,
Thank
and
you.
like I think a lot of people, probably your followers, also your friends and your family, can all attest to that.
I hope so.
Well, if no one believes, at least
At least
you
we
have
got-
one person that said that.
I got
You
you,
know?
too. Yeah.
But do you have any other shout outs or any plans? Any
Yeah.
other
Actually,
assistants?
we're talking about Alexa. We're doing a beach club in Siargao. So
You know, I've never been to Siargao.
yeah, Siargao.
Same. I've never
you guys
been to
haven't-
Siargao.
You guys need to go to Siargao. It's so magical.
Honestly, if
it's
a brand
such
sends
a
me
magical.
The plane tickets are fucking expensive.
They
I'm
are.
Sorry.
Yeah,
They
people
are.
keep posting about that.
They are.
It's like 20 to 30K.
Now it's 20K, right?
Yeah.
You know, like 30K is like one way to Europe
Sayang.
if you
That's
fly
so
economy.
bad. That's
Like,
so mahal.
you know?
My gosh.
No, that's another thing. Like,
it's like Japan. I could just go
Yeah.
to Japan.
Japan's
for-
cheaper.
Yeah, it's cheaper. It's like
Yeah,
8K
you can
now.
get like cheaper
Yeah.
to Japan, Korea.
no,
all
and
these
that's
places.
very
Gosh.
upsetting because you know I always.
It's
So when I
ridiculous.
got back from college, I always said, okay, I missed out on like a lot of like traveling around the Philippines, and that's something I
Yeah.
want to do more. But it's fucking expensive. And
Yeah.
it's very hard to sort of support local. And I'm not saying that like all local things have to be cheap. Flights don't have to be that
Yeah.
expensive though. You're a
Yeah,
big ass
domestic
company.
flights, they don't
No.
have to be too expensive. Come on.
But that's exciting. When's
Yeah.
when's that?
So we're opening up Q4 of this
Oh my
year.
God.
Yeah. So we're in construction right now. We'll be on General Luna, like on the way to Secret Beach.
How
And
exciting.
we're right next to Nami Villas. So her villas are right in front of us. So we're right on the beachfront. And we're trying to basically be the best beach club like in Siargao because they're missing that. I think they only have Siago, and the other one I forgot.
Sort of like a Bali.
A Bali-esque, but less
Yeah.
fins, like more like luxe. You could sit down at the pool, like relax, have a really nice drink,
No,
party
like
with
orgies
friends.
in the pool.
I mean, hey, orgies, and we encourage orgies. You know, I mean, that brings more business. Sex sells, man.
On
Just be
brand,
safe.
see? I was
Just
like-
be safe. Just be responsible.
Guys,
Yeah.
the HIV cases are going up.
Oh my God, I
Oh,
saw
gosh.
that.
I'm so sorry.
It's very scary to be a gay right now.
Let's be responsible,
Yeah.
guys. But last but not least, I have one more thing to say, and this is before thanking you guys for having me
Oh my
on.
God.
Yeah, but we've scoured for about a year, New York and Singapore and Hong Kong in terms of the wellness spaces, and we found a gap here in Manila that we wanted to fill. So, me along with some other partners, we're coming up this year with the best wellness club that Asia's ever seen.
Oh my
Ooh,
God.
Yeah,
that
it's-
sounds exciting.
I'm excited
you, yes.
because I've in LA, like I think right when I was leaving was when the boom of like health and wellness.
Yeah.
So I saw some of my friends sort of planning it, and I haven't been back, so I haven't seen it. So I'm like, why go to LA when I have it right here? in
Well, we're gonna have it right here in BGC. It's called Longevity Labs.
It's like
Yep.
fuck.
It's
I'll
right
go
here,
there.
baby.
No, I always say I only go to BGC if I'm drunk or
Yeah.
if I'm getting paid. But now I'll go for my health because that's
For
number
wellness.
one.
You need to check it out.
Back, I'll
Yeah,
have
I'm so
abs.
excited.
Once
Yeah.
I start going to my abs will finally come out.
Got you. I got you.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's
it's called Longevity Labs, and we'll have like the first ever unisex thermal experience. So the biggest sauna and ice bath,
That sounds
unisex
fun.
experience. So it's a
Kids-
social
Let's
experience.
Sauna.
have a podcast.
Yeah.
And
And
You
in the
should.
sauna.
No, you should.
And
You
the
really
ice
should.
bath.
walking up, we're like,
Dude, this is
Like,
state of the art sauna. Like this is the best sauna I've ever seen. I've been to Bali, I've been to New York, I've been to Singapore. I'm so confident about this. And then we'll also have like a mezzanine outside, a cafe called Life Bar, and then a Pilates yoga space, and then a biohacking center in the back. So it's gonna be a full-fledged wellness club. So guys, come on over, check it out.
oh my god, I'm so excited.
That
And
sounds
you know
so
what?
fun.
Again, I just reiterating that like you really put your heart and soul into everything, and everything makes sense.
Yeah.
And you know, like, like influencers watch this, guys. This is the perfect example of how to grow off of social media.
Yeah.
And do more things physically. You know.
But you know what? These ventures are because I forge relationships on foot.
Yeah.
It's not because I message someone on
Online,
DM or on
yeah.
And you're not.
No.
And these are
Like-
like normal people that aren't
This-
other influencers.
Yes,
Yeah,
this is-
maybe they're
right.
partners, but it's not just
This is
about
the OG way.
influencing.
Yeah, this is the OG way to
Yeah.
do business, and it's not out of style. I grew up on Guam with a blue collar family. They worked really hard. We didn't have a lot of money. I saw my family hustle for what they wanted,
Mhm.
and that translates over till now. You gotta go out of social media. You gotta get on foot. You gotta collect business cards sometimes. You gotta say hi to people.
Wait, I was gonna ask you,
You
have your own
got-
business card?
Yeah, I still get business cards. I still collect, and I still hit people up a week in advance or a week later saying, "How's your family?" or like, what's like, send them a little gift,
Right.
whatever. These little OG business tricks, like this is, you got to forge relationships outside of social media, and don't just rely on social media to get you by.
Guys, put this on TikTok.
Yeah,
That's a good
don't-
quote.
make
is a good
make
quote.
some relationships. Yeah,
No, that's so good, and you're definitely doing it. And I can't believe you've only been here since 2023.
I know 2020.
I don't know why I feel like I've known you like way longer. Maybe because you've put in the effort.
Well, you've been here for like how
My
long?
whole life.
Your whole life,
Yeah.
right?
But
I
feel
did
like
live
I've
here in
known you more-
2019 for like 6 months.
I wasn't here though. I
Oh,
was,
you're in the
Yeah.
States. Yeah.
but I think that's it. Like, if you have any, first of all, I keep staring at your shoes. His shoes are so cool, guys.
Yeah, these are
Yeah,
actually the
these are
Cayano
chic.
times like Brazil shoes. So that's why they have like the crazy colorways.
No, they're really
No, I
cool.
love the color.
Yeah.
But you know what? I
Thank
also
you.
see that you're getting into fashion more, which I love. So hopefully we get to see you at more fashion things soon.
Yeah, I'm so honored to be with like some fashion heads right here. Like these guys really love fashion, and I love their style.
Well, that's all we
I-
have. So
Yeah.
joke.
No, I love that
Yeah.
though. You guys are awesome. I love your style, and I'm
Thank
happy to be
you.
on the potty. So thanks for having
Thank
me.
you for
Thanks
finally
for
coming
joining.
on.
Thank you.
No, he's been our number one supporter.
Yes,
No,
since
like,
the beginning, I'm
once
finally
you
on.
commented on Zach's like podcast thing, I was like,
Episode.
okay, wait, we need to finally have him on. We are gonna have him on with Kirk, and I was like, I think it's.
You
I
guys
feel
should
like-
get Kirk. You guys should try getting Kirk on. That'd be
But
really
I
good.
feel like you also have your own like story to tell,
Yeah.
and so I
Yeah.
wanted you to tell it separately.
Thank you.
You know,
Yeah.
so you're not like. Yeah.
Fighting Kirk. Fighting Kirk for the spotlight.
Yeah. Yeah, it's his own. We can all do our own thing.
Love
Yeah.
you guys.
Do you have anything else, or that's it? Okay.
Other than that, love you guys so much. Thanks for watching, and don't take me too serious. I may have said some offensive stuff,
And
but
no, actually, we didn't have to bleep out
Yeah,
anything.
not a lot.
Okay.
Mhm.
And don't
Maybe-
go on Reddit.
don't go on Reddit, guys. No,
Okay.
nothing's true there.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.